Welcome learners, I am Dipankar Basumatary, teaching English in Gajera Rural School, Surat. Welcome learners once again. In this video today we'll discuss The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost, who is an American poet. In this poem, he talks about the problem of choice that everybody faces in life. What happens in the story, what happens in the poem is that he is standing at a crossroad, at a fork. A fork is an intersection in which we can see two roads diverging into two different directions. So he stands there and he thinks which road to take, and ultimately takes one road which has not been taken, which has never been explored, which has never been tried by anybody else. So he is the first person to do that. And after he has taken the selected road, he still keeps on thinking about the other road that he is not able to select, and he dreams of going back to the turning point. He dreams of going back to the fork and trying the other road as well. But he knows that this is not possible because we will be influenced by the decisions we take in one point of our life, and it's not possible to undo that decision. And that decision makes all the difference. The poem is basically a poem about choice, the problem of choice. So before we begin the explanation and the questions, we'll read the poem once and then we'll see what symbols he has used, what metaphors, what other literary devices he has used. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So let's see what he means. We'll discuss the unfamiliar words and also the literary devices he has used. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. So he is talking about the fork, he is talking about a turning point in which he can see two roads going into two different directions. And that is the meaning of diverge. To diverge means to go into different directions. It's the opposite of converge. This is the note that I have written here. Moved into two different directions, the opposite of converged. In a yellow wood. Now why is the forest yellow? Because the word yellow, he is talking about the autumn season. He is talking about the fallen leaves that have gathered on the road. I'm repeating. Take a look at this note. This is another interpretation. Since the speaker is old, he is using the yellow color to signify autumn or old leaves. And sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. And since I was only one person, I could not travel both the road. And I feel sorry about that. Sorry? Why sorry? This is a common question asked in the examination. Because he could not travel both the roads, though he wanted to. He is sorry because he could not choose both the roads. Every now and then we are faced with this situation where we have to choose between a pizza and a burger. But we cannot take both. It's a situation like that. And be one traveler means being only one. I could not travel both. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could. So he kept on thinking, he kept on looking at the road until it became invisible in the undergrowth. He kept on thinking for long until he could think no longer. He was not able to think anymore and he had to take a decision. Then took the other, and he took the decision of taking the road that is less traveled. He has chosen a profession which hardly a few people have explored, and he thinks that both of them lay there equally fair. Both of them were equally inviting to him, equally tempting to him. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim. And he thinks that the road he has taken has a better claim to him, is better than the other one, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Because it had never been explored. It was grassy and wanted wear. Nobody had used it. Means unexplored. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. But after I had taken that route, a lot of people have explored it, and now it's no longer unexplored. It's no longer new. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. And he is repeating, talking about the roads once again. Both the roads were equally inviting and tempting that day. Equally lay, were lying in leaves no step had trodden black, and they had leaves which had not turned black because nobody had stepped on them. Oh, I kept the first for another day. And this is what happens normally. We choose one thing, hoping to test the other one also someday. But we know that it's not possible to come back and restart. So he says, yet knowing how way leads on to, after I took that decision to walk on that road, I knew that my decision will lead me to other lanes and by lanes, and that will take up my time. And that is why I will never get time to come back to the turning point and restart and see the other road. So he doubted that he would ever be able to come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. After this, I'll be talking about this with a sadness, with a tinge of sadness, because I haven't been able to take the other route. This is a common human dilemma, universal human dilemma. Everybody faces this tricky situation. Everybody feels sad about not being able to try all the opportunities that life offers. It's called opportunity cost in economics, by the way. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And that day, I took the one that had yet to be explored. That single decision has affected all the subsequent decisions that I had to take in my life. And that has made all the difference. And that is the meaning of this. Thank you.